saw the spaceship Endeavour floated in the darkness of space. Its white metal hull shone under the light of a distant blue star. Inside the ship, Captain June Kim looked out the big front window. The blue planet below them seemed peaceful. "Are we ready to land?" June asked, turning to face his crew. 5 people stood on the bridge of the ship. They were all wearing the same blue uniforms with Earth's flag on the shoulder. They had been traveling for 3 years to reach this planet. Earth scientists had seen it through big telescopes and thought no one lived there. The crew's job was simple: land, take samples, and go home. Sun Park, the science officer, nodded. She was small with short black hair and serious eyes. "Yes, Captain. The air is good to breathe. The land seems safe. Our scans show no big animals or people." "Good," said June. "Let's prepare the landing ship." Tai Han, who handled talking between ships, looked up from his screen. "Captain, I've sent the landing plan to Earth. They say we should go ahead." The 5 crew members walked to the small landing ship. Engineer Hana Moon checked the engines, one last time. Security Officer Jin Cho loaded his safety gun with sleep darts just in case. "Remember," June said as they strapped into their seats, "we are just here to look. We take pictures, we take samples, we leave. No problems." Hana laughed. 3 years of travel for 2 weeks of work, then 3 years back. Easy. The small ship broke away from the Endeavour and flew down to the blue planet. As they got closer, they could see that the ground was covered in blue grass-like plants. The sky was a light purple color. "It's beautiful," Sun whispered as they flew over a large blue field. "I'm going to call this planet Azure. It means blue." The landing was smooth. The ship touched down in a flat area surrounded by small blue trees. The crew put on their helmets, though Sun had said the air was safe. It was better to be careful. "Jin, you go first," ordered June. "Check that it's safe." Jin nodded and stepped out of the ship. The others watched through the windows as he walked a few steps, looking around. He held up his hand to show it was. "Okay." One by one, they all stepped onto the blue grass of Azure. The air was warm and smelled sweet, like flowers. "Okay, let's set up camp here," June said. "Sun, start taking samples. Hana, check the ship. Tae, set up the communication station. Jin, keep watch." For 2 hours they worked quietly. Sun cut small pieces of the blue plants and put them in clear boxes. Tae set up a tall metal tower to send messages to the Endeavour. Hana made sure the ship was working right. Jin walked around the camp with his dart gun ready. Sun was bent over, looking at a strange blue flower when she noticed something move in the trees. She stood up quickly. "Jin!" she called. "I saw something move over there." Jin was at her side in seconds, his gun pointed at the trees. "What did it look like?" "I don't know. It was fast. Maybe an animal?" June joined them, looking worried. "The scans showed no big animals." "Scans can be wrong," Jin said quietly. They all stood very still, watching the trees. Then, slowly, a figure stepped out into the open. It was not an animal. It stood on 2 legs like a human, but it was taller and thinner. Its skin shone with many colors like the inside of a seashell. It had 2 arms, 2 legs, and a head, with large round eyes. It wore simple clothes made of what looked like woven grass. "Oh my," Sun whispered. "It's a person." More figures stepped out of the trees. There were about 20 of them. They moved slowly, carefully, watching the humans with big, curious eyes. "No one move," June ordered. "Tae, can your translator help us talk to them?" Tae nodded and slowly reached for the small computer on his belt. "If they talk, maybe. It can learn languages fast." The tallest of the aliens stepped forward. It made soft clicking sounds and moved its long fingers in patterns. Tae's translator computer made beeping
noises as it tried to understand.
After a minute, it spoke in a flat voice. "Who are you? Are you from the stars?" Tae looked at June. The captain nodded, and Tae spoke to the translator. It changed his words into clicking sounds. "We are humans from the planet Earth. We come in peace to learn about your world." The alien's eyes got even bigger. It turned and spoke quickly to the others. They all made excited sounds. The translator took longer this time, but finally said, "The stars sent you? The stars hear our prayers?" Sun frowned. "I think there's a problem with the translation. Let me try." She spoke slowly and clearly. "We are scientists. We travel in space to learn. We did not know people lived on this planet. We are sorry if we scared you." The alien leader listened, then spoke again. The translator said, "I am Lani. We are the Mirren people. We have always known the stars would send helpers one day." Suddenly, all the aliens, the Mirren, knelt down on the blue grass. They put their heads to the ground. "Oh no," Sun said quietly to June. "They think we came from their gods. They think we were sent by the stars they pray to." June looked worried. "Tell them to get up. Tell them we're just people like them." Sun tried, speaking to the translator again. But the Mirren stayed on the ground. Lani spoke again. "The star people have finally come. Our prayers are answered. We will take you to our city. All Mirren must meet the star people." Tay turned off the translator and looked at the others. "This is bad. Rule number 1 of space travel. Don't mess with other people's cultures." "We've already broken that rule just by being here," Jin said. More Mirren were coming out of the trees now. Hundreds of them. They all knelt when they saw the humans. "What do we do, Captain?" Hana asked. June looked at the bowing aliens, then at his crew. This was supposed to be an easy mission. Land, take samples, leave. Now they had found intelligent life that thought they were gods. "We need to talk to Earth right away," he said. "Tay, contact the Endeavor. Tell them we've made first contact, and we have a big problem." As the sun set on the blue, fields of azure, turning the sky a deep purple, the 5 humans stood surrounded by thousands of kneeling Mirren. Their simple mission had just become very, very complicated. The next morning, June woke up in his small bed on the landing ship. For a moment, he thought he was back on Earth. Then he remembered where he was, on a blue planet called Azure, surrounded by aliens who thought his crew were gods. He stepped outside the ship and stopped in surprise. Hundreds of the Mirren were sitting quietly around the ship. When they saw him, they all bowed their heads. Tay joined June outside. "They've been there all night," he said. "They won't leave." Sun came out next, her eyes tired. "I stayed up most of the night sending messages to Earth. They're not happy." "What do they want us to do?" June asked. "They say we should come home right away, but what?" Sun looked at the bowing Mirren. "But I told them that might make things worse. If we leave suddenly, the Mirren might think we're angry with them." Jin stepped out, his hand on his dart gun. "We need to go. Every minute we stay breaks more rules." The Mirren leader, Lani, walked up to the humans. The tall alien bowed deeply. "Star people, will you come to our city? Our people want to give you gifts." June looked at his crew. They all looked worried. "Maybe if we go with them," Sun said quietly. "We can explain that we're not gods. We're just people from another planet." June nodded. "Okay, we'll go to their city, but we need to be careful." The crew followed Lani along a path through the blue trees. Thousands of Mirren walked behind them, all quiet and respectful. After an hour, they came to a large open area with many small round houses made of blue wood and stone. In the middle of the city was a tall tower. At the top, bright stones were set in patterns that looked like stars. "That's their star temple," Sun whispered. "They worship the stars." Lani led them to a big round house. Inside, a group of older Mirren sat in a circle. They all bowed when the humans entered. "These are our elders," Lani said. "They want to give you our greatest treasures." One by one, the elders came forward. They gave the humans beautiful stone carvings, cloth made of shiny blue thread, and strange fruits with sweet smells. "Thank you," June said, feeling uncomfortable. "But we don't need gifts. We just want to learn about your world." Lani seemed confused. "But you came from the stars to help us. The stars sent you because of our prayers. What do you pray for?" Sun asked. Protection, said Lonnie. The sky rivals come every 6 moons. They take our food, our treasures, and sometimes our people. We pray for someone to save us from them. The humans looked at each other in surprise. Who are the sky rivals? Jin asked, suddenly interested. Lonnie walked to the wall of the house. There was a painting there. It showed tall bug-like creatures with 4 arms and hard shells. They come in ships like yours, but bigger. They say this planet belongs to them. We try to fight, but they are too strong. They will come again soon. Tae whispered to June. Another alien race? One that attacks these people? This just got a lot more complicated. Back on the landing ship that night, the crew talked about what they had learned. We need to leave, Jin said again. This is not our problem. But we can't just leave them to be attacked, Hana argued. They think we're here to help them. We're not supposed to get involved in alien problems, Tae reminded them. I sent all the information to Earth, Sun said. We should wait for their answer. June nodded. We'll wait for Earth to tell us what to do. But while we wait, maybe we can learn more about these sky rivals. The next day, Lonnie took the humans to a small building on the edge of the city. Inside were broken pieces of metal and strange tools. These are from the sky rivals, Lonnie explained. They left them behind once. Hana picked up a piece of metal. This is advanced technology, much more advanced than what the Mirun have. And more advanced than some of our technology too, Tazy said quietly. Lonnie touched a round stone on the wall. Suddenly a light appeared in the middle of the room. It showed a picture of the bug-like sky rivals. This is their message to us, Lonnie said. They play it when they come. A harsh voice came from the light. The translator worked to change it to words the humans could understand. People of the blue planet, we are the Vex. This world belongs to us. Prepare your tribute. Any resistance will be punished. The message ended and the light disappeared. How long until they come again? June asked. 2 moons from now, Lonnie said. We are gathering food and treasures for them, but it is never enough. They always take more. That night, Tae received a message from Earth. He called the crew together to hear it. Earth says, he paused, looking surprised. They say we should stay. Stay? Jin was shocked. But that breaks all the rules. They say the situation has changed because of the sky rivals, the Vex. They're sending more ships to help us, but it will take them 60 days to get here. 60 days, Sun said. That's just after the Vex are supposed to arrive. Earth wants us to help protect the Myron until the other ships get here, Tae continued. They say we can share some basic technology with them, enough to help them defend themselves. June sat down heavily. So now we're not just accidental gods, we're accidental protectors too. What do we do, Captain? Hana asked. June thought for a long time. Then he nodded slowly. We follow our orders. We help the Mirun. But we also keep trying to explain that we're not gods. We're just people who want to help. The next morning, June met with Lonnie and the elders. He tried again to explain. We are not gods, he said. We are humans from another planet called Earth. We have technology that makes us seem magical to you. But we are just people. We eat, we sleep, we make mistakes. The elders listened politely. But when June finished, Lonnie spoke. Whether you came from the stars as gods or as people, you came when we needed help. That is all that matters. June sighed. We will help you prepare for the Vex. We will teach you how to defend yourselves better. The elders talked excitedly, among themselves. Then Lonnie bowed. The star people will save us. We will do whatever you ask. As June walked back to the ship with his crew, Sun spoke quietly. I think we just accidentally promised to protect a whole planet from alien invaders. With 5 people and 1 small ship, Jin added. And a planet full of Mirun who will do whatever we ask, Hana said. June looked up at the purple sky. Somewhere, up there the Endeavor was still orbiting, and somewhere further Earth was sending more ships, but for now they were on their own. We have 58 days until the Vex arrive, he said. We'd better get started. The next few weeks were the busiest of June's life. Every day he and his crew worked from sunrise to sunset, teaching the Miraeon how to defend themselves. Hana taught groups of Miraeon how to make better tools. Before, the Miraeon had only used stone and wood. Now Hana showed them how to find metal in the ground and melt it to make stronger tools. Like this, she said, holding up a long metal rod. She bent it into a hook shape. This metal is stronger than wood. You can use it to build better houses and make better tools. The Miraeon watched with big eyes. They learned quickly. Soon they were making metal tools on their own. Jin worked with the strongest Miraeon. He taught them how to stand in lines for defense, how to move together, and how to use simple weapons. Hold your spear like this, he said, showing a group of Miraeon the right way. Stand close to each other. Don't leave big spaces between you. The Miraeon had never fought as a group before. They had always run away when the Vex came. But now, they were learning to stand together. Sun spent her time learning more about the Miraeon and the Vex. She talked with the elders for hours each day. The Vex first came 20 summers ago, an old Miraeon told her. They said this planet was theirs. They said we could stay if we gave them food and treasures each time they came. Did you try to fight them? Sun asked. The elder shook his head. We are not fighters. We are farmers and builders. The Vex have hard shells and powerful weapons. Tay worked on making the translator better. He learned more of the Miraeon language so he could explain things more clearly. We are not gods, he told groups of Miraeon each day. We are people from another planet. We have better tools and machines than you, but we are just people. Some of the younger Miraeon seemed to understand, but most still bowed when the humans walked by. It's hard to change what people have believed all their lives, Tay told June. They have always thought the stars were gods. Now people come from the stars. It makes sense to them that we would be gods. June spent most of his time planning. He met with Lani and the other Miraeon leaders every day. They made maps of the area. They planned where the Miraeon would stand when the Vex came. They decided where to hide the young and old Miraeon. After 20 days, June called his crew together at the ship. We've made good progress, he said. But it's not enough. The Vex will still be stronger than the Miraeon. Could use our ship's weapons, Jin suggested. June shook his head. The landing ship only has small emergency weapons, not enough to stop the Vex ships. The Endeavor has bigger weapons, Tay said. But it can't fire them close to the ground without hurting the Miraeon too. They all sat quietly, thinking. What if we bring more Miraeon here? Hana suggested. Lani said there are other Miraeon cities on this planet. If we bring more Miraeon, we'll have more people to fight. That's a good idea, June agreed. Tai asked Lani about the other cities. Lani told them there were 5 other Miraeon cities. They were many days' walk away. The cities didn't talk to each other often. But they will come if the star people ask, Lani said. All Miraeon will listen to you. June sent messages to the other cities. He asked them to send their strongest people to help fight the Vex. To his surprise, whole cities began to arrive. Thousands of Miraeon came, carrying food and tools. They all want to help, Lani explained. No one wants to miss seeing the star people. The blue plains around the Miraeon city filled with new arrivals. They built simple houses and joined the training groups. Jin had to start training leaders who could then train others. 35 days after the humans had landed on Azure, something unexpected happened. A small ship landed near the Miraeon city. It wasn't a human ship or a Vex ship. It was from another alien race. June and his crew went to meet the visitors. They were short, round aliens with yellow skin. They called themselves the Palu. We heard that star people are here, the Palu leader said. We want to see if it's true. How did you hear about us? June asked, surprised. The Miraeon sent messages with light from their star temple. Many planets saw the lights. The messages said the star people have come to fight the Vex. June looked at Lani. You sent messages to other planets? Lani nodded. We use the star temple to send light patterns to the sky. We've been telling everyone about you. The Palu weren't the only visitors. Over the next few days, ships from 3 other alien races landed on Azure. They all came to see the humans who were standing up to the Vex. The Vex take from our planet too, a tall, thin alien with green skin told June. They come with big ships. We give them what they want so they will leave. Would you help us fight them? June asked. The green alien looked nervous. We have never fought before. But maybe, if the star people lead us. June didn't try to explain that they weren't gods anymore. It was too late for that. The story had spread too far. Earth isn't going to be happy about this, Sun told June one night. We were supposed to be fixing one small mistake. Now we've started a revolution across many planets. We didn't start it, June said. The Miriun did. We're just trying to help them survive. 42 days after they had landed on Azure, the sky turned dark in the middle of the day. Everyone looked up. 3 huge ships were coming down through the clouds. They were black and shaped like beetles. The Vex are early, Jin said, grabbing his gun. June ran to the center of the Miriun city. Everyone get ready, he shouted. The Vex are here. Thousands of Miriun ran to their places. They formed lines around the city, holding their metal spears and shields. The visitors from other planets stood with them, nervous but ready. The biggest Vex ship landed in the blue field in front of the city. A door opened, and 10 tall, bug-like aliens walked out. They had 4 arms and hard, black shells. They carried strange weapons. The Vex leader stepped forward. Its head turned as it looked at the lines of Miriun. What is this? It said in a clicking voice. The translator changed its words. Where is our tribute? Why are the blue ones standing with weapons? June walked forward to meet the Vex. Sun, Tae, Jin, and Hana walked with him. This planet is under our protection now, June said. The days of you taking things from these people are over. The Vex leader's black eyes moved from June to the lines of Miriun. Then it made a sound like hard laughter. 6 small aliens and some trained animals. You think you can stop us? We have taken from this planet for 20 summers. We will take for 20 more. Not anymore, June said. He turned to Jin. Get ready. The Vex leader raised its weapon. If you want to fight, little aliens, then we will crush you. Behind him, more Vex were coming out of the ship. They raised their weapons, too. June looked back at the thousands of Miriun standing ready to fight. They were farmers with metal spears against aliens with spaceships. But there were many of them, and they believed the Star People would help them win. I hope Earth ships get here soon, Sun whispered. June nodded. So do I. But for now, it's just us. He turned to the Miriun. Get ready, he shouted. Today you fight for your planet. The Vex fired the first shot. The battle for Azure had begun. The battle was loud and fast. The Vex fired strange weapons that made the air hot. The Miriun held up their metal shields that Hana had taught them to make. Some shields broke, and some Miriun fell, but most stood strong. Jin led one group of Miriun around the side of the Vex. They attacked from behind with their metal spears. The Vex were surprised. They were not used to the Miriun fighting back. June and Tai stayed in the middle, shouting orders. Sun helped the hurt Miriun. Hana ran back and forth, fixing broken shields and weapons. The 5 humans had only small guns with sleep darts. But the darts worked well on the Vex. When a dart hit a Vex, the big bug-like alien fell asleep right away. The battle lasted 2 hours. When it ended, 7 Vex were asleep on the ground. 3 Vex had run back to their ship. Many Miriun were hurt, but only a few had died. The Vex ships flew away fast. They left their sleeping friends behind. We did it, Jin said, surprised. We won. The Miriun began to cheer. They lifted the humans up on their shoulders and carried them around the field. The visitors from other planets cheered too. They'll be back, June warned when the Miriun put him down. They have more ships and more fighters. This was just the first battle. But we showed them we can fight, Lonnie said. The Miriun have never beaten the Vex before. That night, as the humans treated the hurt Miriun, they talked about what would happen next. The Vex will bring more ships next time, Jin said. Maybe all their ships. We were lucky today, but we won't win against all of them. Earth's ships will be here in 18 days. Tay reminded them. If we can hold on until then, we'll be okay. Can we? Sun asked. The Miriun fought well today, but we lost some. We can't lose too many more. Hana had been quiet, thinking. Now she spoke up. We need to build better weapons. I've been looking at the Vex weapons we took today. I think I can copy some of their ideas. That would help, June agreed. What do you need? More metal. More workers and time. You have all the Mirren to help you, June said. They'll do whatever you ask. Over the next week, Hana led the Mirren in building new weapons. They melted more metal and shaped it into better spears and shields. They even made simple guns that shot small metal balls. Jin kept training more Mirren to fight. Tay worked with the visitors from other planets, teaching them to work with the Mirren. Sun treated the hurt and learned more about Mirren healing methods. June spent his time watching the sky. He knew the Vex would come back soon. He also knew Earth's ships were still many days away. 10 days after the first battle, the sky grew dark again. This time 10 Vex ships appeared. They're back, June called, and they brought more ships. The Mirian ran to their places. They held their new weapons and waited. The visitors from other planets joined them, nervous but ready. This time, when the Vex ships landed, 50 Vex came out. They had bigger weapons and looked angry. You will all die today, the Vex leader called. No one fights the Vex and lives. The battle was harder this time. The Vex had learned from the first fight. They stayed together and watched their backs. Their weapons were stronger. The Mirion fought bravely. Their new weapons worked better than before. But there were too many Vex. Slowly, the Mirion were pushed back toward their city. We need to do something, Sun said to June. We're losing. June looked around. Then he saw the Star Temple in the middle of the city. It was tall and had bright stones at the top. The temple, he said. It sends light signals to other planets. Maybe it can do more. He ran to Lani. The Star Temple, he said. Can it make very bright light, like the sun? Lani nodded. Yes. On special days we make it shine as bright as a star, but it takes time to prepare. Prepare it now, June ordered. Make it as bright as you can. When I give the signal, turn it on. Lani ran to the temple. June went back to Jin and Tay. Keep the Vex busy, he said. I have an idea. Jin and Tay led the Miriun in a strong attack. They pushed forward, making the Vex use their weapons more. The battle got louder and more dangerous. June watched the temple. After a few minutes, Lani appeared at the top. He waved to show he was ready. June raised his hand high. Now, he shouted. Suddenly, a light brighter than the sun flashed from the top of the temple. It was so bright that everyone had to close their eyes, everyone except the Vex. They didn't have eyelids. The bright light hurt the Vex's eyes. They dropped their weapons and covered their faces with their forearms. They made high, painful sounds. Attack. Now, Jin shouted to the Mirun. The Mirun, who had been warned to close their eyes, opened them and ran forward. They attacked the blind Vex with their spears and new weapons. This time, the battle ended quickly. 20 Vex were captured. The rest ran back to their ships and flew away. The Miriun had won again. They cheered even louder than before. The other aliens joined in, amazed that the Vex could be beaten. That night, as the humans sat by their ship, a new light appeared in the sky. It wasn't a Vex ship, it was a human ship. It's from Earth, Tay said, looking at his screen. But it's too early. Earth's ships aren't supposed to be here for another 8 days. The ship landed near them. It was bigger than their landing ship, but smaller than the Endeavor. A door opened and a woman walked out. She wore the same blue uniform as them, but had more badges. Captain Kim, she called. I'm Ambassador Yun Na. Earth sent me ahead of the main ships. June stood up. Ambassador, I thought Earth was sending more soldiers. Yun looked around at the Mirun city, now full of Mirun and other aliens. There were Vex prisoners in a pen nearby. There were new buildings and weapons being made. We were going to send soldiers, she said. But then we got your messages about the Vex and the other alien visitors. Earth decided this is a diplomatic situation now, not just a military one. Sun joined them. What does that mean? It means, Yoon said, that Earth wants to make official contact with all these species. We want to form agreements and treaties. We want to establish Earth as a protective force in this part of space. June looked at her in surprise. You mean Earth wants to take charge here? To rule these planets? Not rule, Yoon corrected. Protect, guide, help. She smiled. Just like you five have been doing. We were just trying to keep the Miriun safe until help came, June said. And in doing so, you've accidentally created Earth's first space alliance, Yoon said. The leaders back home are very interested in what's happening here. June looked out at the Mirion city. What had started as a simple science mission had become something much bigger. They had come to take samples and leave. Now they were leading an alliance of alien species against the Vex. What happens next? He asked Yoon. The main ships will be here in 8 days, she said. They're bringing diplomats, teachers, doctors, and yes, some soldiers too. Earth wants to establish a permanent base here. We want to learn from these species and help them. The Mirren still think we're gods, Sun said quietly. Or at least, people sent by their gods. What do we tell them now? Yoon thought for a moment. We tell them the truth, that we're just people who want to be friends, that we'll help them fight the Vex, but we don't rule them. Will they believe that? Tae asked. After all this? No one had an answer. They all looked out at the Mirun city, glowing with lights in the purple evening. Whatever happened next, Azure would never be the same, and neither would Earth's place in the galaxy. 8 days later, 3 large Earth ships arrived at Azure. They were much bigger than the Endeavor. They carried 200 people, soldiers, doctors, teachers, and diplomats. The Miriun watched with big eyes as the new humans set up buildings near their city. The other alien visitors watched too. Some were scared, but most were curious. June and his crew helped the new arrivals understand the situation. The Miriun are peaceful farmers, June told a group of Earth diplomats. They never fought until we taught them how. The visitors from other planets are all peaceful too. They all suffered under the Vex. Ambassador Yoon organized a big meeting. Leaders from all the alien species came. The Earth diplomats came too. They met in a new building the Earth people had made. Earth wants to be friends with all of you, Yoon told the aliens. We want to help you fight the Vex. We want to trade with you and learn from you. We do not want to rule you. The alien leaders listened carefully. Then Lani stood up. The Star people saved us, he said. We will follow them, but we are not slaves. We are friends. The other alien leaders agreed. They all wanted Earth's help, against the Vex. They all wanted to learn Earth's technology, but they wanted to stay free. That's what we want too, Yoon said. We will make an agreement. Earth will help protect your planets. You will help Earth learn about this part of space. We will all be allies. As the diplomats worked on the agreement, June and his crew showed the new Earth people around. The Miron learn very fast, Hana told a group of Earth engineers. They've gone from stone tools to metal weapons in just a few weeks. Imagine what they could do with better teachers. The visitors from other planets all want to learn too, Sun told the Earth doctors. They have their own ways of healing. We can learn from each other. Jin worked with the Earth soldiers. He showed them how the Mirian fought and how the Vex fought. The Vex have better weapons, he said. But they're not good fighters. They're used to everyone being afraid of them. When someone fights back, they don't know what to do. Tae spent his time improving the translator. He taught the Earth language experts what he had learned about the alien languages. Each species speaks differently, he explained. The Miron make clicking sounds, the Palu whistle. The green ones change color to show different words, but the translator can understand them all now. June met with Captain Lee, who was in charge of Earth's military ships. The Vex will be back, June warned. They've lost twice now. They'll bring more ships next time. We're ready for them, Captain Lee said. Earth's ships have strong weapons. We've been setting up defenses around the planet. 3 weeks after the Earth ships arrived, the sky turned dark again. This time, 30 Vex ships appeared above Azure. They've brought their whole fleet, Captain Lee said, looking at his screen. They're angry. Earth's 3 ships flew up to meet the Vex. They were smaller than the Vex ships, but had stronger weapons. They fired warning shots across the front of the Vex fleet. On the ground, the Earth soldiers stood with the Marine and the other aliens. They all had weapons ready. They had built walls around the city and had big guns on top. The biggest Vex ship landed outside the city. A door opened and one Vex walked out. It was bigger than the others and had marks on its shell. It was the Vex leader. Yoon walked out to meet it. June and Captain Lee went with her. "Who are you?" the Vex leader asked. "Why do you help these weak species?" "We are humans from Earth," Yoon said. "These species are our friends. We don't like bullies who take things from weaker people." The Vex leader made a sound like hard laughter. "Bullies? We are the Vex. We ruled this part of space before your kind could even speak. These planets are ours. The food and treasures on them are ours." "Not anymore," Yoon said. "From now on, these planets are free. If you want to trade with them fairly, you can. If you try to take things by force, you will face Earth's weapons." The Vex leader looked up at the Earth ships flying around its fleet. It looked at the defenses around the city. It looked at the Earth soldiers standing with the aliens. "We have more ships than you," it said. "We could destroy you all." "You could try," Captain Lee said. "But you would lose many ships. Is it worth it, just to take food from farmers?" The Vex leader was quiet for a long time. Then it spoke again. "Perhaps we can make a different arrangement. The Vex do not need to fight. We prefer to take without fighting. If these planets are now too strong to take from easily, we will go elsewhere." "No," Yoon said. "You will not go and hurt other species. If you want to live peacefully with others, we will help you. If you want to keep taking by force, we will stop you." The Vex leader seemed surprised. "You would protect planets that are not even yours? Species that are not like you?" "Yes," Yoon said. "That's what Earth does. We help those who need help." The Vex leader thought again. Then it made a strange sound. Other Vex came out of the ship with a large box. They put it on the ground and went back to the ship. "A gift," the Vex leader said, "to show we can be reasonable. This is Vex technology. Study it. Learn from it. Then contact us again. Perhaps we can find a way to live without fighting." The Vex leader went back to its ship. All the Vex ships flew away. Yoon looked at the box. "Is it safe?" she asked. Captain Lee used a small machine to check the box. "It seems safe. No weapons or traps." They opened the box. Inside were strange devices and tools. There were also maps of this part of space, showing all the planets and who lived on them. "The Vex are offering to trade knowledge instead of taking by force," June said. "That's a big change." "They're afraid," Yoon said. "They've never faced someone stronger before. They're used to being the bullies. Now they have to learn to be neighbors." Over the next few months, more Earth ships came to Azure. They built a big base there. Scientists studied the planet. Diplomats met with all the alien species. The Miriun city grew larger. They used Earth technology to build better houses and tools. They still treated the humans with great respect, but slowly they began to see them as friends, not gods. One evening, June stood on a hill outside the city. Sun joined him there. "Earth is calling this the Azure Accords," she said. "The agreement between Earth and all the alien species. They're saying it's the start of Earth's role as a protector in this part of space." "Not bad for a mission that was supposed to take samples and leave," June said with a smile. "Do you think Earth planned this all along?" Sun asked. "Did they send us here knowing we would find the Miriun and start all this?" June shook his head. "No. This was all an accident. We accidentally found intelligent life. We accidentally became their gods. We accidentally protected them from the Vex. And now, Earth has accidentally become the most powerful force in this part of space." "Some accident," Sun said, looking out at the city where humans and many alien species now lived and worked together. "Sometimes," June said, "the best things happen by accident." The end.